But we're not here for scenery and songs about pretty girls. We're here for some creepy shit.
If you ruin Ireland for me, Cassie, I will never forgive you.
I don't think
there will be nowhere for you to hide.
Just Galway, not all of Ireland. So far.
Oh my God. No.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi, creepy people.
Hello.
If you're new to our creepy corner of the world, this is PNW, Haunts and Homicides, where we chat about true crime, the paranormal, and anything spooky in the Pacific Northwest, usually.
We also do a tarot reading at the end of every episode for a little bit of deeper insight into the episode topic. So make sure to stick around if you're into that, which you will be by the time we get to it.
Are you into it? Because I'm into it.
I'm into it. That's my prediction.
So I know Caitlin just took us all out of the country to the end of the world.
Ooh.
But in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I thought it would be fun to take a little visit, a little journey to Ireland.
Yeah. The motherland.
I'm so excited. And wouldn't you know it, one of Seattle, Washington's sister cities since March 12th, 1986 is Galway.
Yeah, it is, baby.
Yeah. According to IrishTourism.com, quote, Galway is the only city in the province of Connacht in Ireland. Galway City also has a reputation amongst Irish cities for being associated with the Irish language, music, song, and dancing traditions. It is sometimes referred to as the bilingual capital of Ireland.
Oh, interesting.
The city's name comes from the Gallia River, which means stony, as in stony river, not stony baloney.
I was literally just about to ask. I was like, listen, I was told to wear green, so I really went hard. I'm lit up in green. And then also, I didn't even bring a wine glass. I brought my green cup, and I know you're not going to be able to read it. It says, excuse me, I have to go make a scene.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, I'm going to send Caitlin a link, and I want you to open it and just look through the photos of like the seasons. I was literally in tears. This place is so fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Other than Seattle, I feel as though Ireland is like the one other place outside of Oregon that I'm like supposed to be there.
Yeah. The weather's like very similar to here.
Yes.
Oh, it's so pretty.
A lot of Ireland.
We're going to go.
It's gorgeous.
Pod trip.
Okay. Pod trip. Expensive.
Yeah. Join our Patreon.
Yeah, please.
Also, if the city sounds familiar to you, it might be because of two bangers by the name of Galway Girl.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first being released in 2000, but topping the charts 8 years later after being on the soundtrack of one of my favorite movies to cry to, P.S. I Love You. Do you know that one?
I'm not sure that I'm conjuring like a very clear memory of what this movie is. I'll look. Hold on.
It hits a fucking nerve. Like the lady's husband dies and he like leaves her this letter of things to do. To like remember.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It just makes me bawl. Even like I rewatched just the scene where he's singing it to her and I just fucking bawled my eyes out last night. It's fine. But on a happier note, in 2017, Ed Sheeran and came out with a new catchy popped up version.
Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
He Ed Sheeran'd all over the place. But we're not here for scenery and songs about pretty girls. We're here for some creepy shit.
If you ruin Ireland for me, Cassie, I will never forgive you.
I don't think
there will be nowhere for you to hide.
Just Galway, not all of Ireland. So far.
Oh my God. No.
So all it took was one visit to visit galway.ie, which is a website, to learn that Galway is just as creepy as its Washington sister.
Well, that makes sense.
The site has several paranormal stories listed, and we're going to go through some of them.
Great.
Because there was too many to fit into one episode, and I think I'm going to make a Patreon bonus out of the rest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
There was a lot.
All right.
So let us start off a little light so we don't torture Caitlin too much. With some fairies. Is that okay?
I feel like you're lying, and I was literally about to ask you, when do the fairies come in? Because fairies are very prominent in the Galway culture. I'm given to understand.
Around 1846, there was a fairy battle at Knockma Hill, which we tried to look up the pronunciation for it, and there wasn't one. So we're going with Knockma. It's spelled like you would knock on something, and then M-A.
Yeah. Knockma.
Knockma. The battle was thought to have been between the fairies of Connacht and those of Ulster.
Oh.
And they think it was a rebellion against the fairy king. This one had a pronunciation with it. Finvarra.
Oh.
And it's weird because it has a V in it, but it looks like it's pronounced like a B.
Oh, I came across that name and I was like, who's this?
He was the ruler of the Connacht fairies. He resided on Knockma Hill. Finvarra was apparently generous and wise, but he kind of also liked to abduct and force women to become his wives.
Oh.
As long as they were beautiful, he wasn't really picky. He would take human or fae.
Okay, great.
So, I'm safe.
Well, first of all,
but you better watch out.
I'm going to ugh this whole situation right up. Okay. Also, super gross. And I know we all realize that, of course, every woman's worth is just determined by her looks. But yeah. I hate that.
Yeah. So he wasn't that great.
No. Yeah. Thank you.
So Knockma Hill is thought to be a fairy fortress as well as a portal to the other world, which is like the fairy realm, I think.
Oh, yes.
I didn't read too much into it, but from what I've heard, that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Where humans feel a presence, kind of like they're being watched, I assume. They see strange lights, hear music and voices, or even run into Finvarra himself. So watch out.
Okay. Yeah, if you could just point to where that is on the map, and I will just plan my trip everywhere but there.
But if you do go, make sure to ugh it up. But whatever you do not disturb the fairy cairns or fairy forts. They're circular stone enclosures. Or you will more than likely piss off some fairies. And that's never a good idea. Like ever. Don't do that.
Okay.
But it could potentially be good luck for you if you respect and honor the fairies while you're there.
I just feel like it seems too risky. And maybe I would just avoid it altogether. You know?
I'd still do it.
Of course you would.
They're fairies. They're
oh
cool.
my God. That just really sums us up. That's us in a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, should we move on to some cryptids?
Sure.
They're not ghosts.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
There are several lake monsters just in Galway alone. The creature of the Black Lake was caught by some fishermen in 1962. The creature was the size of a cow with stumpy legs, small ears, and a nose on its horn. And I said that backwards.
What?
And a horn on its nose. So is it like a rhino hippo? A rhinippo? A rhinopotamus? Hippoponymous?
Ooh. Okay.
If anyone gets the hip hop anonymous joke, hit me up.
All right.
Okay, moving on from the hip hop anonymous. The Coole Lake creature, who has been spotted by locals since 1896, is described to be 15 feet long, fish-like with scales and a long neck and a horse-like head.
What?
Which I feel like we've heard before.
Okay.
The creature at Lough has been spotted since the 1960s and is described almost the same way. A 15 to 18 feet long, kind of an eel-like body with scales and a horse-like head again.
Oh, boy.
So what's going on here? Are they migrating? We don't know.
I mean, that's some interspecies shenanigans.
This one, though, has the added details of flippers, large eyes, and large nostrils, which rude. Like, don't call someone's nostrils large.
Yeah, leave the nostrils out of this.
I feel like a horse-like head kind of implies that they have a big nose, okay? Don't rub it in.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point, like, are you just adding insult to injury? Come on.
For real.
Yeah.
I wrote, all the better to snort you with, my dear. Because it said to snort loudly. The descriptions are actually very similar to the Irish legend of the Dobhar-chú, meaning water hound or hound of the deep, which I kind of like that. It sounds like a Adele song.
It does.
Hound
I
of the
was
deep.
literally just going to say like Adele's puppy or...
That's funny. We were both thinking the same thing.
Of course.
So this is a cross between an otter and a dog, but also sometimes an otter-like creature with a horse-like head. So it kind of varies. I guess it depends on who you are, how you describe things.
Okay. It's so bizarre.
These are apparently very aggressive and they prey on humans and other animals. And apparently a dying Dobhar-chú will whistle loudly to signal its mate to come and get some revenge. So like if it's attacking you, you can't really even like try to kill it because the mate will come and get its revenge. Watch it. But like there's more of them.
Right. Okay. Thought this was like sort of a lone biology mix up in the wild. And now you're telling me there's more?
Yeah, this is making me think of like all of our water cryptids here. Like they're all kind of described the same way.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Is it interesting or is it perhaps terrifying? Because they're
both?
aggressive towards humans.
It could be both.
Two things can be true.
Thrilling. When it's interesting and terrifying, it's thrilling, right?
I like that.
Next up is the Loathsome creature at Lough Fadda. This predator has been spotted since the 1950s, described as having smooth skin, a shark-like head, and of course containing a mouthful of sharp teeth. Because it's got a shark-like head, so like wouldn't be complete without the teeth.
I was prepared to assume.
But it has also been described as a long eel-like body and a what, kids? That's right, a horse-like head.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like I should have gotten that one, but I'm really disturbed about something about eels. I'm just, I can't.
I love eels. They're so cute.
Okay.
I love them.
For people that are so alike, we are just also so very different.
But it's interesting, like a horse-like head is completely different than a shark-like head. So which is it? Please tell me which one.
Yeah, we need answers, damn it.
Ireland, call us.
Yeah, please. Please do.
They call it loathsome because they say it's aggressive and dangerous and could possibly be the manifestation of an ancient curse. Dun, dun, dun.
Great. Yeah.
But others believe it to be shy and harmless and possibly a guardian of the lake. So maybe to the people who are being naughty to the lake, it shows up as a shark and is aggressive.
That could kind of make sense. I don't know.
I think that does make sense. We solved the case.
Yeah.
There are several other lake creatures, specifically called eels.
No, I'm not into it.
We have the giant eel of Lough, the large eel at Ballynahinch Lake, and the horned eel at Lough. We're going to guess on the pronunciation of this one because we couldn't find it, but I will spell it for you.
Yeah.
It is Nahion. So I'm going to guess Nahoon. I'm so sorry if it's wrong. Please, someone from Ireland, call me immediately.
Yeah.
And this last one, the horned eel, is the only one of them described with two horns on its head. So not only is it creepy, Caitlin thinks it's creepy, an eel, but it has horns on its head as well.
I just don't understand why we are allowing these eels to they get to pick their own accessories.
Well, some people think it might be due to radiation or pollution.
Oh, great. So then actually that kind of makes us assholes.
But I mean,
what's new?
Nobody really knows for sure. Next, we're going to talk about one that made me think of a story I talked about recently. This is the bare-faced man at Woodlawn train station.
Okay.
And it kind of sounds like the very rudely named dog-faced boy of Ashland, which we don't agree with. And we renamed him Johnny.
We're not fans. We don't like that. No, thank you.
That was the Lithia Park episode. If you haven't listened yet, it's the one, where we brought back Shakespeare again.
Right.
And then
popularizing Shakespeare since
2024.
Yeah.
Two people claim to have seen a man with a, quote, bear-like face.
I don't care for that.
This was in the late 19th to early 20th century time frame. They witnessed him groaning and holding his stomach. And when he saw them looking, he apparently said, "Don't speak to me," and walked away.
Okay, bye.
So he was just speaking normal, but they were apparently shocked and scared by what they saw. But my theory is that maybe this man had the same condition as Johnny, hypertrichosis, where you grow hair on other parts of your body other than your head. And this person was clearly in pain for whatever reason and probably didn't want two people staring at him like scared with scared looks on their faces,
Yeah.
So he just left and said, "Don't talk to me." Like, that doesn't seem paranormal to me at all.
No, not at all. That seems like, I'm unwell. Please get the fuck out of my face. That could be me on any given day. So if you think that's paranormal.
And especially if you're probably used to people looking at you like that, you're probably annoyed.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, I just hope he ate, probably like ate some bad cheese or milk or something and had like a tummy ache. I hope it wasn't anything super serious. I hope he was okay.
Yeah. Like, take a picture. It'll last longer.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I would assume if he had like a full bear head, like if it was actually bear, like
a bear
shaped and like with full ears and stuff, like they would have said a full ass bear head, but they said bear like, and the other one said dog like. So it just makes me think that he just had a hairy face.
Yeah, or it's just like a dig at his appearance, Yeah.
It's just sad. So next we're going to talk about a little SHC. Do you know what that stands for?
I don't know.
Spontaneous Human Combustion.
Oh, God damn it.
I even warned you this was coming.
I know, but you misled me. I was trying to think of like something Sinead and connect.
Sinead helps connect.
Yeah.
Handles? I like handles better.
Yeah, she does.
Not humps.
Humps.
Humps. Sinead humps connect. No disrespect. Love both of you. According to the National Library of Medicine, quote, the term spontaneous human combustion refers to a situation when a human body is found with significant portions of the middle parts of the body reduced to ashes, much less damage to the head and extremities, and minimal damage to the direct surroundings of the body. Typically, no observable source of ignition is found in the vicinity of the victim, and a bad-smelling, oily substance is noted.
Oh, I hate it.
I wonder what that could be.
I don't know, and I hate it.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
People were once completely baffled by this, as was I before I read this, to be honest with you. I kind of missed the mystery of it now, but I'll explain it for you.
Okay. Cool.
And there were all kinds of theories from paranormal to the Lord shall smite thee.
Oh, well.
People literally thought people were being smited.
You know, the Lord be smiting in mysterious ways.
He be smiting. But the website does go on to explain that they've done studies to show how this happens, and it's not so spontaneous after all. There is a fire source, but it happens so precisely, igniting body fat in a slow, insulated burn.
Okay.
Quote, the term spontaneous human combustion has nuances which are not applicable in this situation or to these modern times. Therefore, we suggest a new term, fat wick burns.
Sir.
So spontaneous human combustion is now called fat wick burn.
Okay, well, that is offensive. And also, no. Just no. I was really going to try hard to hone in on like a different aspect and make it about like, oh, it's not spontaneous anymore, huh? So is it perhaps premeditated human combustion? And I guess we're going to go a different way. So great. Cool.
This situation is sad and unfortunate, but one thing that is a little relieving, if there is one thing, is that it does say for the body fat to start melting and ignite, the victim does already have to have been passed.
How?
So at least they're not burning alive. So how they explain it is that an ember, or like if you're smoking a cigarette or something, it'll like fall and it'll burn a hole through the clothes, and then it'll start to like burn through the skin and then like ignite the fat underneath, and then it just kind of starts to burn inside the body, like insulated almost.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? It's so crazy still. Like it's not any less weird. Well, in 2010, this actually happened to a 76-year-old Galway man named Michael Faherty. Although it was officially ruled spontaneous human combustion, obviously with what we know now, it most likely was the fat wick burn.
No, it's never going to be that. I'm never calling it that. No.
FWB?
Nope. No.
He was found next to a fireplace, but when they investigated, they found no evidence of it being the cause of Faherty's death. But he probably passed away, you know, maybe of natural causes while he was laying there. And an ember probably floated down from the fire, again, burning a little hole through the clothes and then through the skin and then igniting the fat.
No.
Yeah, but it's still crazy that like none of the surroundings catch on fire Because like the floor below and the ceiling above him were damaged, but then like nothing else. So it is kind of weird that it doesn't like keep catching things on fire. It just kind of like smolders in its own.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I didn't want to finish that sentence.
I don't want you to either.
That's nervous laughter, everyone. Nervous laughter.
I've never liked anything less than this, I think.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where like the conditions have to be just right, which is why it's like super uncommon.
It's like a Goldilocks phenomenon. Like,
yeah, I guess
I really hate that. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah. There's a couple other theories too, but I don't think they've ever like been proven but I didn't dig into those. You can research them on your own if you'd like.
I don't think that I will.
It's not smiting. I'll tell you what it's not.
It's not smiting. Are you sure? Because like I said, the Lord be smiting in mysterious ways. Okay? Smiting you, smiting over there.
I want that on a t-shirt. I just got a shirt that said Satan loves you for who you are.
Aww. I really like that.
He won't smite you. I just think it's like really rude to say that it's due to smiting because like, oh yeah, your loved one died in this horrific way. And they were probably a terrible person and God, prob sauce, hated them.
Yeah,
sorry.
Listen, God just wanted them dead.
like
yikes.
What? That's so fucked up. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, let's.
Okay, know what you're all thinking. Where are the goddamn ghosts, woman?
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna ignore you.
I'm fine.
I have some ghosts for you, though. Don't you want to hear about them?
Totally.
Okay, raise your hand if you like pirates. Unless you're driving or pouring hot wax, then don't raise your hand. Like the R.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm open to it, but I don't know.
Well, at Dunanore Castle, you might. I love how I say everything with like a question. Like,
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm trying to pronounce things. I'm giving it my all. But at this castle, you might just catch a ghost ship anchored off the coast with ghost pirates smuggling their booty into the castle ruins.
Okay.
Smuggling that booty.
Yeah, this kind of takes me back to like the prohibition crimes. You know?
It's kind of like that.
Okay. All right. I'm with you.
So that's pretty fun. But we're going to keep going. Talk about some different places. Castle Daly was a poppin' place.
Was it poppin'?
It was poppin'.
It was
the
poppin'.
Daly family. They like to host what sounded to me very Gatsby-esque parties.
I was just thinking, is it like Gatsby?
Mm-hmm. That's what I picture anyway.
Love it.
Their last big blowout was an engagement party for their daughter.
Oh, no.
There happened to be a pretty bad storm that night, so the guests stayed over, which is fine. I mean, they had the space.
Okay.
But as the thunder rolled and the lightning struck,
Garth Brooks appeared?
Garth Brooks appeared. The ghost of Garsh. The ghost of Garth Brooks appeared and smote them all.
Listen, Garth Brooks be smiting in mysterious ways.
Anyway, the guests were trying to settle in, but they kept hearing commotion downstairs as if the party was still going on without them.
Oh, and then they got FOMO.
Oh my gosh, you're a freaking witch. My next line says, but when they went down to cure their FOMO, they walked into a real red wedding situation.
No.
The Daly family and all of their houseworkers had been brutally murdered by a, quote, group of rebels. Oh, I think there was like a war or something going on at this time. I didn't dig into it.
Okay. I was like, God damn, what are they rebelling against?
I don't know. It was too much to dig into that. But the article did say the rebels stormed the castle during the storm.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow, okay. But it is said that the party at the castle still continues from the other side. Shadows dancing to music can be seen. Clinking of glasses and laughter and good cheer can be heard. But beware, the party sounds might just turn into screams.
No, thank you.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
That's so fucked. Don't kill people while they're partying. It's just not nice.
It's really rude. Also, it's not just like a party.
I know, it's engagement party.
You know?
That's so mean.
So this is fine. I love this episode and everything in it. This is fine.
Well, we can move on. We're done with wedding stuff for right now.
Well, that makes one of us.
We're going to move on to the knocking girl of Rothpeak House or Rathpeak. Either one. I'm not really sure. We're having a lot of trouble finding pronunciations for these. The mansion was built in the 1800s by a man named Owen Lynch. And this man apparently loved him a duel. He was like, do you want a duel? Do you want a duel? Do you want a duel? Let's duel right now, right here. Literally.
Like, that just feels like a lot, you know?
It was a lot of dueling. And people even called him the frightening squire or the terror of Connacht.
I mean, yeah, sounds like that was fitting, but
I challenge you to a duel.
How about I challenge you to, like, I don't know, like a Cheeto eating contest? That's really more my speed.
Depends. Are they hot Cheetos? Because that might be a little challenging.
You know they're not.
Okay.
Who are you talking to?
I would die.
Yeah.
We could have a Cheeto duel. Let's do it.
Yeah, just a regular Cheeto duel. Okay.
We are the terror of Cheetos. Before the house was torn down in the late 20th century, it was haunted by one of the daughters or granddaughters of Owen Lynch, of which there were many. Like, these people popped out babies like nobody's business.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, listen, if you're Irish Catholic, it's like kind of their thing.
But no one really knows who she is or how she died. While the house was occupied by the Lynches and their house workers, they would witness the apparition of a little girl peering out of a top floor window, looking sad.
No, thank you.
She's just sad. She's a little girl.
And I'm out.
Or she would knock loudly on the walls and doors like she was trying to get attention or possibly ask for help.
Okay.
Help me.
No.
I'm sad.
I was trying to be delicate and get my feet up in this chair quietly and not cause a stir, but I
made
guess
you jump.
Just me over here with my green cup causing a scene after Cassie harasses me.
Sorry. We're moving on. No more little girls.
Great.
We're just going to move on to the phantom of a sad old man.
Okay.
This is the sad old man of Ma'am or Mame. It's M-A-A-M cross.
Okay.
So he will stand in a sharp bend in the middle of an old dirt crossroads on dark and foggy nights.
That's not where you want to be.
And when cars inevitably hit him, he doesn't move. Instead, he just stands there, staring back at you with sorrowful eyes.
Okay.
Why is everyone so sad?
I don't know, but I feel like at that point I would just be like, all right, well, I have to go drive this car into the ocean. Goodbye.
No.
I can't with that. I won't. I will not.
Yeah, it's like the white ladies who just like jump out in front of cars or appear in front of the cars. And then...
God, why do old people jump out in front of cars in all of your stories? I don't know that. No.
Some people think he's sad though because maybe he passed during the Great Famine of the 1840s.
I mean, that'll do it.
Yeah, give him some food.
Yeah.
Leave him an offering of some Cheetos.
Cheetos or just like literally anything. But I mean, Cheetos are always it's a strong selection.
I want to go find this crossroads and leave him a little offering of food and see if it helps. I guess people have gone there before to try to get him to cross over, but it doesn't work.
Oh, that's sad.
The walking dog ghost. A cyclist came across a black dog walking ahead of him in the Ballagher area in 1913. As he rode up on it, the dog disappeared right in front of his eyes.
Okay.
And he was so distraught that he reported it to a newspaper.
Oh, all right. That seems like a weird thing to write into a newspaper about, but live your life.
Right? Like, hey, I saw this dog and it just disappeared.
I saw a dog.
Write a story. Go.
And then I didn't. Like, what?
Did you blink and it just ran away?
Sir,
maybe it's real fast.
Not newsworthy.
But there have been several other sightings of the dog in the area. People report the dog to be large and shaggy with glowing eyes.
Great.
Aw. He's seemingly harmless.
Okay. Glowing with love for his owner?
Possibly.
Or like glow in the dark, like radioactive or evil type of glowing.
It just says glowing. Doesn't say they're like red.
Okay.
So that's good. But they do say he's seemingly harmless. He might follow people for a while before disappearing. And people think he might be the spirit of a loyal pet that was buried in the area. But he could also be the black dog of death or the fairy hound.
Oh, no.
Bringing back fairies.
No, thank you.
So that's cool too. I didn't see anything saying the dog was mean or anything bad happened when people saw him. So
okay.
I don't know why people think he's like a death dog or a fairy hound. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know why suddenly I don't trust dogs and weddings or engagement parties
or fairies. None of it.
I mean,
Cheetos.
That makes sense. And listen, you'll never break my trust in Cheetos. That's ridiculous. But
Garth Brooks, I'd ruined a lot today.
Ireland. Water.
Just Galway. Okay. Are you ready for our last story?
I mean, please.
It's very on theme and I think it'll make you happy.
Okay.
Our last story is about the short men in green of the Aran Islands. This is a group of 3 islands off the west coast of Ireland. And in 1982, a boy spotted 2 men fishing while he was out walking the shoreline of one of the islands. They were dressed in green and speaking Irish, but with an accent the boy didn't recognize.
Oh.
So maybe it was a different dialect.
Ooh.
But the strange thing was the 2 men were only about a meter tall. I don't know how tall a meter is.
It's like 3 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were about 3 feet tall.
So roughly my height.
Was it you?
I mean, I am wearing green. So.
Case closed.
Yeah. Solved it.
But the curious cat, the boy, tried to quietly approach, but the men noticed him and they vanished right before his eyes. There's a lot of disappearing here in these stories.
Yeah.
People just be popping in and out of his existence.
Yeah. That just, I don't know. That seems odd.
Yeah.
I like put a pin in that.
Ireland. That's Ireland for you.
Huh.
But the boy noticed that they dropped something. A pipe. I wonder what was in this little pipe.
I was like, I don't know if I would smoke that pipe.
So, of course, he took it as proof and stashed it in a drawer. But unfortunately, his friends and family didn't believe his short tale. Get it? Because it's not a tall tale.
Yeah.
But I'm like, did he show them the pipe? I'm not sure if he showed them or if he just kept it to himself.
I mean, he must not have. Yeah.
Unless they're like, what? Yeah. Well, they might have taken it, though, because it is a pipe. And if you try to tell your parents.
Yeah. They'd be like, we don't smoke reefer in this house.
But if you're telling your friends, he might have shown them the pipe. Who knows?
I don't know. Ireland's pretty conservative. Maybe his friends would have been like, we don't smoke reefer in this house.
I don't know if leprechauns smoke weed either. Who knows? It's probably just tobacco.
I mean, yeah.
Well, he tried to go back and see if he could spot the little men in green again, but he never did. And the stolen pipe also mysteriously vanished from the drawer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now okay.
He searched his house high and low, but was never able to find it again.
He searched it
so
high
and low. I didn't even make that joke on purpose.
Nope.
I wonder if his parents just found it and threw it away.
They were like, yeah, no, this isn't, nope.
Because you have to think it was probably not like it was probably a normal size pipe. Like people who are 3 feet tall don't have like teeny weeny tiny pipes.
Or do they?
I don't know.
Asking for a friend.
Leprechauns, call us and tell us how big your pipe is.
Leprechauns, call Cassie.
I just need to know about the pipe. You guys know? Gosh, we have some real themes running through this show.
We do.
Well, that's all the stories that I could fit into this episode. So stay tuned, Patreon, for a bonus later at some other point in time.
Well, I will see you later, or I will see you another time.
Well, are you ready to do some tarot?
I am. Yeah. We've got something we're really excited to share with you guys.
Let's hear a few words from our new pod besties.
This is Justin, host of Obscura, a true crime podcast. Do you need a true crime fix? Obscura has atmospheric music and sound design. The show shines a spotlight on the darker things in life by taking a narrative approach to covering real murders, mysteries, missing persons, and more. What do I mean by narrative approach? On Obscura, we structure our episodes in such a way that they paint a narrative in your mind. With a heavy focus on victims and less-known cases, each week I'll take you on a deep dive into the darker side of history, mystery, and murder. Be warned, Obscura is not for the squeamish. Shocking crimes are covered in full detail, and real court and 911 audio is used when possible. If you're a true crime fan with a taste for the hard stuff, then Obscura has you covered. Each month sees the release of Obscura Black Label. Black Label is reserved for only the darkest cases. Finally, if you're a listener that likes a binge, Obscura has a large library of episodes ready for you to download now. You can find Obscura, a true crime podcast, on your podcast app of choice. Just search Obscura True Crime, and you can't miss our logo.
At the time, I only felt a punch.
I think everything went wrong.
His drug of choice was heroin.
Binging and purging over and over and over.
Evaluate you, and if you're okay to go, they're going to let you go.
This is Justin, and I do the Peripheral podcast. I have a true crime background, but when telling the stories of true crime, sometimes you have to gloss over topics like mental illness, drug addiction, sexual assault. And I feel like we do that in life too. So this podcast is my attempt to bring all of these topics that are on the peripheral into the mainstream. So please join me wherever you listen to podcasts.
Check them out, creepy people. Their info is in our show notes. I feel like, what if we do, because this one is like the plant and animal, and then I have the goddess one. What if we do, and what if we do 2 oracle readings? Because we are allowed to mix it up. We can do whatever we want. This is our show. I don't know if you knew that. Being a smart.
Yeah, do both.
Okay. Because then I feel like it's giving us like all of the kind of elements, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it.
I had a thought. I don't really know that I even understood it, but here we are. Oh God. I have really small hands. Have we ever talked about that?
Never.
These goddess oracle cards are ginormous.
They're huge.
They're huge. Okay. Now, whereabouts in the deck? I'm just like
where your thumb was just now. Down. Well, yeah.
Like there?
That area, yeah.
Okay. You're going to shit. You're going to absolutely shit.
What is it?
It's a redhead and there's a snake.
Is it the Morrigan?
No.
Dang it.
I don't know how you pronounce this. Sigyn. Sigyn. I like it. Cassie. She is number 33. And you know how I feel about these synchronistic numbers, especially of late. Oh my goodness. Okay. So she is from the Norse pantheon, and her keywords are loyalty, support, and devotion. Goddess Sigyn, the loyal wife of the trickster Loki.
Loki
Was so devoted that when the other gods chained her husband in a cave as punishment for killing Balder, she would not leave his side.
Oh
my God. Okay. I really hate snakes, but I'm going to power through. Above Loki was a venom-dripping snake, but Sigyn held a bowl to catch it so the venom wouldn't touch her husband's head.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is sweet.
This reminds me of those, like the monsters who scream when they're being killed and their mate comes and like gets revenge.
And they kind of like the snake that's in here, like you could make an argument that looks kind of like an eel.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Eels
see
are
it.
snake-like. Yeah. You even said that earlier.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Supporting loved ones is important in good times and bad. It's easy to be there for someone when things are going well, but being present in the harder times speaks more of your love. Be there for each other at all times equally.
Unless it's toxic.
Oh my God. Well, that's just making me think of like, this goes back to like kind of the wedding theme that appears to be just like kind of running through this, you know, like for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Wires.
And they have these little quotes at the bottom. And hers is, "My love and support are powerful."
Ooh.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm going to fan it out.
That one.
That is not helpful at all.
Right there, that thumb. Keep going back. Back more. Somewhere around there.
Oh my God.
Is it an eel?
Dude, it's a bear.
Oh, it's a bear.
And
we
it's
talked
like,
about bears.
I know. And it's like just a close-up of his face.
That's very interesting.
I'm saying.
Cool. Ooh.
Okay. So our oracle card for the bear, our keywords are recharge, inner strength, and solitude. This card tells us to use your energy wisely. Relaxation, solitude, and inward exploration allow for deep insights to gestate, which is one of my least favorite words in any language.
Gestate.
Yikes. Stay true to your vision and stand tall in the face of your fears. Stand tall.
Also, Caitlin's scared of everything.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid of everything.
You know
remember
what?
that when that doll said that to you?
I've been trying to forget ever since, but thank you for reminding
Stand
me.
tall.
Oh, well, fuck me, right? Jeez. Okay. Anyways, is it okay if I continue?
I have more jokes. Okay, keep going.
But trust that now is not the time to act. Presently, your energy is better spent envisioning, strategizing, and preparing for the future.
It just really reminds me of the man who they said had a bear face. I want to name him.
Yeah.
Is there any names on that card?
Barry?
We can call him Barry. I don't know if that's disrespectful or not. We've already had a Barry in the podcast, though.
Oh, yeah, we did just have a Barry. We could call him Sid, like Sigan, and he could be Sid.
I was thinking Stanley. But it's weird we're both getting S's.
Yeah.
What do you think? Sid or Stanley? Stan?
Yeah, I mean, it should be shortened up. So, okay, Sid and Sigan, or Stan and Sigan. I think Stan and Sigan.
Okay.
Their names sound better together. Okay. So on this, marriage kick.
Now Stan and this goddess are getting married.
They are now. I'm shipping them real hard. No, I just like it when people's names sound good together.
Yeah. Like Chris and Caitlin.
I was going to say Caitlin and Cassie.
Oh, and us.
Yeah, I mean,
we should get married.
We're all C names, so it doesn't hurt.
I was saying that card just reminded me of Stan, who wanted to just be alone and everyone else, leave me alone. I'm doing my own thing. I'm working on myself here.
Yeah.
Working through some shit, some trauma. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Bitches. Don't look at me like you're scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't bear to look at me.
Aw, Stan.
Aw, Stan.
We wouldn't look at you scared. I frankly like men with most of their face full of hair, so. Well, I think we're done. I think we covered Ireland. I think we did it.
Yeah.
We covered Galway. We'll probably visit Ireland again. If you enjoyed listening to that tarot read, but you want to see Cassie sitting on a mattress in an empty room, join our Patreon, where they get a video of every tarot read and the ad-free version of every episode uploaded each week.
Yeah, that would be such a sight to see, Oh, boy. If you can't support us monetarily, no worries, because the easiest ways to support us are absolutely free. Tell everyone and anyone, all of the people that you come into contact with, all about us, because it really helps us.
Especially if they're leprechauns. Or from Ireland, just in general. Just tell all of the leprechauns and all of the Irish people about us so we can pronounce things right, please.
Yeah, it'd be so helpful. Also, if you want to leave us a 5-star review on any platform, particularly Apple or wherever leprechauns rate their podcasts.
Also, if you have any stories about leprechauns or anything creepy that happened in Ireland, you can write to us at pnwhauntsandhomicides@gmail.com. Or there's a handy dandy little Google contact form in the episode description.
We call that the Creepy People Chronicles. And remember, you're always welcome to remain anonymous, and they don't have to be stories specifically from the Pacific Northwest. I don't know how many leprechauns there are running around in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, there's some at Millens Park, though.
True. Follow us on all of the socials because that's where we post all of the goodness. You can find our link tree and our website in the episode show notes, the show description, whatever you want to call it. We don't really care. Call it what you want to, in the infamous words of T. Swift.
As long as you read it and click the links.
Yeah.
Have a creepy ass St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, in Galway.
With the leprechauns. I'm going to go have Lucky Charm ice cream after this.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You have
Cold
Lucky
Stone.
Charm ice cream?
Not yet, but I'm gonna.
Oh, it's like, you bitch.
Cold
I want
Stone
some.
I know. I'll bring some. Maybe I can bring some home.
I thought you were going to say
Hold
you're
on.
going to bring me some. And I'm like, aw. You're going to drive an hour to bring me some ice cream? I love you.
I mean, I would, like, if you had a broken leg, but...
Is it dairy-free?
I don't think so.
I just need to make an Irish friend who will I can text and they can just send me a voice thing of how to say it.
Yeah, or they could, like, FaceTime you.
Yeah. Does any Irish people want to be friends with me?
Woo!
I'll come visit you.
Woo! Yeah. I will as well.
Not in a creepy way like Caitlin is trying to make it seem.
I am not a creeper. I just want to slide off my chair as I listen to you speak. God.
Oh, God.
What is the big deal?